What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a quick update to my ShineGrey deck profile, as well as my results from the BT13 Regionals put on by PPG. I did not that great. I think 210th was where I was sitting at the end. I had 4 losses, 3 wins, and no, sorry, 2 wins, 2 ties, 4 losses. My last loss, I lost in time. It would have been a tie, so I didn't really do that great. Didn't do incredibly bad. I just had a lot of bad matchups, a lot of slow playing. So that's why you got to remember to play as fast as you can, but as smart as you can, because really at a tournament when you slow play, you go into time in game 2, and then it's just not as fun when turns take too long. I can be guilty of that too, but at the same time I felt like I did pretty good, and I moved myself forward at a pretty good pace for the tournament. That to be dependent upon my opponents if they felt the same way. But this is the ShineGrey deck I played, the one I profiled for you. We did make a couple changes beforehand. I played 3 of this instead of 2 and opted to play only 2 of this guy. I do agree with that choice. This guy you really don't need anymore. You have 4 of him. He's the guy you want because you want to see your guys in security because he plays them as many times as you want. So it's great when your Tabers are in security. This guy comes up at the beginning of the game. Great. If not, whatever. Or later in the game if your Marcuses get cleared for any reason. So, I mean, there is potential there too. So this guy at 3 is really great because he's great memory gain, and the draw is also really good. I don't say I had too many complaints with the deck. Anything that happened, I felt was something that was really out of my control. Most games, the things that were killing me was I was not drawing my level 3s. That killed me in a couple games. 12 level 3s is great. No matter what you play, even if I get an Agumon X-Antibody, I can put it on, on a Koromon. It works. So 12 level 3s is great. It just sometimes you just don't draw them, and that's unfortunate, but that's just part of the ratios and stuff like that. So there's nothing I could do with that. The other thing that I was having an issue with was not getting enough level 5s. That was another thing. 8 level 5s, I don't feel like you can run more. I would like to play 9. I don't feel like you have the room. So I'm not sure on that front there. So there are a few changes I'm going to make to the deck, and I'll kind of show you what I would change about this. Now, the tie Kamiya, the black tie Kamiya, is clutch. It came up so much in the game. Making my ShineGreymon a 13k blocker was huge. It saved him so many times from being trampled over, especially against security control, especially against other decks that couldn't get up to that 13k or weren't willing to sacrifice their stack to crash with him. It was just so good. The 13k really did come up, and then the extra memory reduction for Digivolutions was super good. Every time I played it, I think I benefited off of it. It was never, something that I kind of wish was something else. It was always there. And if it was in my hand and didn't get used, it's because I had a good enough hand and I didn't need to play it. So I really do like the tie. The other thing too is we went down to just the Sunrise Buster from the original deck profile. I was playing one Shining Blast, but I opted out because you do need to play 4 and 4 Marcuses. They're really good. That's not a contention issue. The Tying Kari, I wanted to have another red-yellow tamer because I wanted to make the most of the value out of my X-Antibodies and the other cards that play red and yellow tamers, the Sunrise Buster as well. This didn't really come up a lot. The one game I did play it, it was giving me memory, was on security control, which doesn't really help because they gain back like 5 security and then you're only getting the 1 memory anyways. So that wasn't that great. And then the 2k DP reduction didn't really feel like it did anything. So one thing I am going to do is I am going to cut this tie Kari, and I'm going to play a second tie black tie tamer because I feel like the consistency of that will go up, and I do like that. So I will be playing 2 of that now. That's one of the changes I'm going to make with the deck for sure. Another change that I'm going to make, and I mean this either goes either way. So not necessarily am I going to make it, but Rune Mode, it's nice. It's a great card. I never really felt like I needed it. Like the Rune Mode, I never really felt like I needed it. Like it was there. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, it wasn't in any situations like, oh, I got a Rune Mode. I wish it was a Burst Mode. It was usually like, meh, it doesn't really matter either way. But I feel like more Burst Mode is better because then you see it more for that ability to burst, play, attack, get that through. So I feel like this has really good potential when the game's going really bad for you, but I feel like it's not enough potential to warrant having it. Whereas I feel like this is just such a better option as is. And I mean, if you really didn't want this to go away, you could use this Marcus to Digivolve into it, which you'd probably never do. So I mean, unless you had like a really, really good hand. So I mean, I would have to say I'm gonna play a 3rd Burst Mode, and we're gonna take out the Rune Mode. Either way, I feel like it doesn't really matter. You play Burst Mode, play a 3rd Burst Mode, play a Rune Mode. Either way, it doesn't really change things that much. It really, the only thing it gives you is a higher consistency of getting a Burst Mode in hand, which I feel is worth a little bit more than the Rune Mode if you're in a bad place. Like, yeah, the Rune Mode can be really great if you're in a bad place, but I feel like that is not, if you're in that bad of a place, then, the ability of you to get into Rune Mode is not always going to be that great. So those are 2 changes we're going to make. The level 4s, like I said, level 3 is great. Wouldn't change a thing. It's just sometimes you draw. The level 4s, loving it. I wasn't having trouble getting to level 4s most of the time. This combo did go off a couple times. Really great. Like I said, the only thing I would do is potentially I would change that to a BT5 Greymon. Red Greymon that Digivolves for 1. But because I'm playing the 2 ties, I feel like I have that consistency need that if I can play a free tie off this guy, combo into a 3-cost Rise combo, that's good. So I'm gonna keep with that. I'm gonna stay with that. I feel like that's worthwhile. So I think as long as I'm playing at least 2 tie targets, that is a better option than the BT5 one for value-wise. It's not always going to go off, but when it does go off, it is just more and more value. So I feel like that's how I'm going to keep that. The last change, and I'm not sure yet about if I want to do this, last change is the Rise Greymon from BT13. This card is really, really great. So good playing your Marcuses for free. I honestly thought that this guy was still better, but now that I've played it more, this guy is the best. Just being able to play them for free and having that same ability to save your Marcuses is super good. Now, the only thing I would do here is I would potentially drop a Rise Greymon X-Antibody for the 4th ShineGreymon, for the 4th Rise Greymon for BT13. So that is the only thing I can think of. The 4 Tamers is great. I feel like you can't do better than that. The 4 and 4 Tamers, it just you need 4, especially since this guy's getting hit in Ultimate Cup format. So we will change up the deck a bit for Ultimate Cup format because some of the cards we won't be able to play. We won't be able to play these ties. I think that's it. We won't be able to play the ties. Everything else is red. So that's the only change really that we'd have to make in the deck, and that's what we're going to do with the red base Ultimate Cup format. So few different changes. But I think that overall, this is how I'm liking the deck. You know what? The Koromon, I might try to swap out for the yellow BT12 Koromon because honestly, the draws don't come up a lot. You don't attack a lot with your monsters. You attack with your Marcuses a lot more. So you don't attack a lot with your monsters, so you don't get this draw off a lot. So potentially, I think the Koromon from BT12 could be better because more reduction is better. But I would have to test that personally. And I've been testing this guy so long that I just love him. But other than that, I think that is the only changes I would make to the deck as of right now. And most of those changes don't do anything for any of the issues I had with the deck. Like I said, it'd be nice to run 9 level 5s just because level 5s always seem hard to get to, but I just don't have the room. I think everything else is perfect the way it is. This guy, 2 of is perfect. 3 is really great at this guy. This guy came in clutch a number of times. I'm glad I'm playing him at 2. I wasn't sure about him, but really good stuff. All really good stuff. I love the combo. I love the ties. That put in a lot of work today. Really made some of my matches really better. I faced 5 mirror matches. 5 mirror matches out of 8 rounds. And my non-mirror match rounds were Security Control, Royal Knights, and Gaugamon. So, it was a very interesting match. I really enjoyed it, and I think that it's just helped me really tune into this deck and find a better way to play it. And I learned some cool things, so I really enjoyed it. Regionals was great. Thank you to PPG. Thank you. Keep doing the really great work and keep bringing us really awesome tournaments. But I think that's it for this video, guys. Tell me what you think. Do you think my changes are good? Do you think I could do stuff differently? Do you think that ties are worth it? Tell me what you guys think. I appreciate your comments. I always love to hear them. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And that's all for now, folks.